I am rockin' with B-Rock.
I'm rocking with B-Rock.
I'm rocking with B-Rock.
Kirsty and I are rocking with B-Rock.
We're rocking with B-Rock!
We are
Shotgun Superstars. We're rocking with B-Rock. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Jim. And we're rocking with B-Rock.
Rocking with B-Rock!
We are Asphalt Valentine, and you are rocking with B-Rock.
Rocking with B-Rock! Ready to rock with B-Rock!
Hey, this is Paul Liddell from Dangerous Toys and Dirty Looks, and I'm rocking with B-Rock.
With B-Rock!
I'm rocking with B-Rock.
With B-Rock, and I'm looking forward to fight.
Hey, it's Jeff from American Jet Set, and you're rocking with B-Rock. Because you're smart. You got good taste.
I know every single week I run this stupid thing and I say I'm going to update it and I keep forgetting all week long till I got to use it. And then I forget that I'm going to update it. I'm going to get Cody to do one. I got so many people on the list that got to do one, and boom, we'll bring it back. It'll be better. That was like a year ago when I first started, year and a half ago. All right, down to business. All right, listen. I know I'm still talking about Monsters on the Mount, which was a fantastic festival. Larry Moran does not disappoint whenever I go to one of his events, whether it be Monsters of Rock Cruise or this year was my first time at Monsters on the Mountain, and it was great. And he has a way of announcing bands you don't know, bands you have no idea about. So he announces Cody Parks and the Dirty South. July 14th, he announced it. I remember the date. Plus, I wrote it down. I was like, okay, whatever. Never heard of him. Let's go check him out. Intrigued. I was like, all right, I may have to check these guys out. Well, their set time was first. 12:45, Saturday the 20th. I'm like, oh my God, man, I got to be there right off the rip. And I almost talked myself out of it, but then I can't say, go see the opening bands all the fucking time. Don't blow it. So if I don't stick by my rule, I can't tell you to do it. So I dragged my ass down there, which wasn't dragging my ass. I was excited to get there. And oh my God, dude, this band gave me fucking goosebumps. I know I don't swear a lot usually when I'm doing these, but this band gave me fucking goosebumps. I mean, and I'm standing there with El Japa CC. You guys know him and his name is Jeff from Atlanta, part of the Atlanta crew. And we're both looking at each other like, are you freaking kidding me? This band hit on all cylinders, kicked us into high gear right off the rip on Saturday morning. People were so bummed out they missed them. They kept coming up to me, asking me how they were. I said, man, you got to check them out in a city near you. So without any more hesitation, I want to bring Cody Parks on because this guy is fucking awesome.
What's happening?
Dude, what's going on?
Nothing, man. Just enjoying that awesome intro you just gave me.
Dude, I don't do it very often. It's like sometimes, and you know how it is. You're a fan. You might be an artist, but you're also a fan. You know how it is when you go see somebody and there's like an opening band, like Tesla did it for me way back when they opened for Def Leppard on Hysteria. And I always revert back to that. And I say, go see the opening band. Go in, give them a shot, give them 2 songs, 3 songs. If you don't dig them, bail. Go to the merch stands, go wander around, go find your friends. But at least give them that shot. And, dude, if you don't give them that shot, you don't discover new music.
That's right.
And you guys, man. So tell me, when did the band start?
Well, I've always kind of gone under that name for really about the time since I moved to Nashville, which was in the very beginning of 2016. And later in that year is when we really put together a band of Nashville guys under that name. And I've really been doing it since then. And this current lineup I have is like post-COVID lineup, and we've been rocking for about a year and a half now, I guess. So, because we didn't come back start doing shows again until June of last year was like our first show back.
Okay. Yeah. So you first show back, and then boom. Oh, that was last year, not this year. Okay, never mind. Yeah. It seemed like last year kind of started picking up, and then now this year is just like, phew, I ain't got enough time to go see bands. They're everywhere.
All right.
So, and have you released an album? Because I cannot find an album.
Nope.
No. Okay.
And I really don't. It's kind of just the way of the world right now is the singles game, and I'm an album guy, and I would love to release an album, but
money.
That's all. Well, I mean, that's one thing, but it's like in today's world as an independent artist, you really only get a chance to like push a song at a time as far as like playlisting goes and all those things. So it's like, and I'm a song guy too. So I feel like every song should have its day in the sun. So,
right. And I got other guys, people I know like Ashton Blake from Native Sons, and he's got his album ready to go. He's had it for months. I've heard it. Don't tell him that. Somebody leaked it to me. And, he's like, I just want to release singles because, some get drowned out.
Yeah.
You release, boom. And, other bands are doing, like Wild America is doing like one every here and there, and then they release their album. But I'm digging the fact that some of these bands are going, okay, let's do this song, then that song, and over a 6-8 month stretch of time, and you're staying relevant. You're staying in people's mind, because once you release that album, you maybe have a month. Then you better hit the tour and you better go nuts with dates, or people are going to forget about you. But this, like you're doing the releasing a song every month or two, you're staying relevant, and you're keeping people chomping at the bit. What's he going to, what's the next one? What's the next one? Instead of releasing it all at once.
Yeah.
And I dig it.
Thank you.
I dig it because, like you, I'm an album guy. I love having my albums, CDs, tapes. They're everywhere. But I do have my Spotify for work and shit like that. And it's got its place, At first, I really didn't care for it, but it's got its place. And you can't deny it right now, because that's how the music gets out there now. Really.
Absolutely.
Now, you've released I think I counted 9.
Yeah, I think there's 9 out there. There's a little live thing we did. When I say live, we recorded it live in a studio. And the other 7 are the songs that my producer produced. He's also my rhythm guitar player in the band, Johnny Palmieri. The songs like Seminole Wind, We Ain't, Redneck Rich, Girls and Gasoline, all of those were produced by Johnny. And we probably have another 10 songs that are in the works. A couple of them are pretty much done. Just, trying to make the right move here and there on certain things. So it's, we got a couple more that are coming out just around the corner in another month or two. So
nice. Hell yeah. And you know what? If anybody has not, there's people out there watching, and if you don't know what they're about, all right, these guys, okay, how about you describe what you're about, and then I'm going to describe. Let's see if we're on the same page.
I grew up primarily listening to 80s hard rock and metal. I was a huge Kiss fan, still my favorite band. But like the main bands when I was a kid was Kiss, Motley, Judas Priest, Def Leppard.
All perfect.
But I grew up in a rural community around, just like a country lifestyle, and Southern rock and older country was very like prominent in my life. David Allan Coe, Hank Jr., Leonard Skinner. And I grew up a kid in the 90s, and 90s country was the shit back then,
90s country was good.
And
I dug it.
And but anyway, like I grew up primarily playing in rock and metal bands, and I grew up a drummer. And when it came time to write songs, I just felt like writing songs for me more authentic was writing about country things and small town things and the way I lived my life growing up. And but I like the heavy metal sound, and I always wanted to mix the two the best that I could. And yeah, you take a band like Def Leppard and Mutt Lange and those productions on really, Pyromania and Hysteria. It's like they have 100 guitar tracks on those records, and you start picking them apart. You're like, well, this guitar track could be played by a banjo, or these bends and swells he's doing over here, that could be played on a steel guitar. And if you put me singing country shit on top of it, then we can do this thing called country metal. And I've always just kind of had that sound in my head, and moved to Nashville to find the right guys to help me make it happen with me. And that's where we're at now. That's what we're doing.
I think you found the right guys, because I saw you guys live, and it was like y'all gel on the stage, and it was great. I mean, yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but it now tell me if I'm wrong. Did it seem like to me like you were taking, you were making some country songs your own, putting the guitar riffs in there. It seemed like some of the lyrics got changed around too here and there to fit what you wanted to say, but then like a verse or the chorus would revert back to Hank Williams or what. But you were making these songs your own. You weren't covering them. You were making them your own, right?
Yeah. I mean, our set, our normal set, that like the one we played at Monsters on the Mountains, predominantly original music, but we'll play. That day we played maybe 4 cover songs, and one of them is Seminole Wind. Now that's a song that we released when we first released music, because we knew we were going to be so different for the country listener that we wanted to put out something that they could relate to and that makes sense to them when they heard it. They're like, oh, I see what he's doing.
Right.
And that's a straight up cover song, but it's a pretty much a hard rock metal version of the song. But then we have songs where we'll play White Zombie's Thunder Kiss 65,
right.
But the lyric for it is for Folsom Prison Blues. And and we call that one Thunder Cash 69.
Thunder Cash 69, yes.
And we do that with, I don't think we played it that day, but we do one with Cowboys from Hell and Sold, Grundy County auction incident, or we mash those two together.
And it's cool, man. I mean, it fucking rocks. You're sitting there and you're going, you can't help but smile when you're hearing this and seeing it. You're like, what is happening here, man? This is just so cool. And it's like first band of the day, and you're just, but I mean, it's different. It's not, your cookie cutter country, okay, we're going to just throw an electric guitar in here and we're going to call it country metal. Now it is, they go and do it right. They kick your ass and they leave you wanting more, because I think it was 30 minutes or 45 minutes. That wasn't enough. You needed more time. And and I was in the crowd, and there was a lot of people that just were at the end were shaking their head going, what did we just witness here? It was pretty special. I mean, I call it special because it was. It's different. It's, like I said, not somebody covering songs and just adding a electric guitar and calling it metal. No, it is grassroots country meets the Sunset Strip. Like you said, Def Leppard on cornbread. It's killer, dude, and it works. It works so well. Now, y'all are from Nashville, all the players, right?
Well, yeah, we all live here. We're from all over, but we all live here in Nashville.
right now, and that the music scene has got to be great. And you go into any place, you just have so much to feed off of there, the country and the rock. I mean, because it's blended together pretty well there.
Yep.
So that's a perfect place for you.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, when people think of Nashville, they think of country music, but I mean, this is where, like, I feel like half of the 80s guys live here now, and I mean, even last night I went to it was called Heavy Metal Parking Lot. It was like a themed party at a bar.
Nice.
Where Josh Portman from the band Yellow Card, he has a DJ alter ego called Jeff Leppard, and he just spins like 80s metal tunes, and everybody parties the whole time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So I got to get to Nashville. I mean, I haven't been there yet, and everybody I talk to are like, Mike, you're gonna go there and you ain't gonna leave. You're just gonna stay. It's like I fell in love with Gatlinburg when I was there. I mean,
Gatlinburg's awesome.
Tennessee is just it's so beautiful it's just the scenery and everything like that. That was the first time I was in Tennessee.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm trying to get back there because it was just the scenery, just laid back, and it was really cool. It was so cool. But I got to get back there. Now, best advice a musician ever gave you? I love to make people think.
The first one that comes to mind is, I don't know if it's really advice, but I had a songwriter friend that it was already kind of established when I moved here, and I played her some songs. This was like a month after I moved to town, and when you move to town, I did, and I know a lot of my friends do. I mean, you think you're fucking ready to go, and you think that
you got it,
that it's right around the corner, and that your songs you got at the time are better than anybody's songs, but it's really like, man, like, this is not good. You need to get better. And it's just it's like really just being brutally honest. Just coming to this town and really just, I mean, everybody here's better at songwriting and guitar playing than anybody else on the planet. It's how it seems. And if you want to stand out, then you really got to work hard, and you got to get better at what you do, and you got to be better than the other guy, and you just got to just work at it and sharpen your tools as best as you can.
It doesn't come easy.
Mm-mm.
It does not come easy, and it does take some work. That's my wife saying, I'll go this weekend. She wants to go back to Tennessee too. So I had to look and see who it was. Now she's not. What is your wow moment so far? Now you've been on a couple bills. You've been with Slaughter before. I mean, you've been on a couple bills. I did see. I was scrolling your page one day, or one of your pages, and you did a show with Denman, which I dig. Denman. I mean, they are really good 80s sound. I saw there was a bill with you too. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. But your wow moment so far?
There's probably been a few of them.
Give me a few.
I guess it kind of goes back to when I moved here. I met my girlfriend, and she started taking me to this show called the Rock and Roll Residency. That happened. They used to have it once a week, and it was like this really awesome show, where they have the house band, and they just, for 3 hours, they just play mostly 70s hard rock songs, and they have some like 80s in there as well. But I don't know if you're familiar with the band members, but it's like Ace Frehley's solo band, and and Phil Schaus and Jeremy Asbrock and Ron Cook and all those guys. But
and Schaus is in Accept, I do believe.
Yeah. And
great musicians.
Just like going there and just like seeing just kind of people that were just hanging out that were folks that I've always kind of looked up to, and then one New Year's Day, I found myself at Rachel Boland's house, a Skid Row, and it's like, what is happening right now? You know,
what's going on here?
Yeah,
Kids,
and then like,
yeah.
and I, and you know, we're just, you know, hanging out, and it's this kind of little old man just kind of walks up to me, and he just like kind of reaches his hand out, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Brad." And I like look down, it's like, this is fucking Brad Whitford that is introducing himself to me, you know. It's like stuff like that. And then, you know, getting on bills like Monsters, and your dressing room's next to Stephen Piercy, and it's like you're just kind of like one and the same with like one of your heroes for the day, you know.
Right.
So it's Monsters was like a big deal for me and our crew, and it was just really cool. I'm ready to do more of that.
I'm thinking shaking Brad Whitford's hand is a bigger deal, dude. I'm just saying. I mean, I would be like, oh my God, handshaking Zeus. I mean, holy shit. You know, you know, it's cool. You deserve whatever good comes your way. I mean, you've got the talent, you've got the want, you've got the drive, and you've got a vision that isn't out there. I mean, a lot of us like different genres of music. I like you said, 90s country. You go back further, you go to nowadays, fuck no. But, you know, that 90s country, and I'll tell you, it was me and my wife first met. It was back in 1997. And she was a country girl. I was a rock guy. But I grew up in the country. So I did, you know, but we listened to metal. And, you know, we met, and then we worked around the same area, so we started driving together. Well, her radio was on country, and I wasn't having that. So we decided, okay, every other day we'll switch the station, you know, because she didn't like my station, I didn't like her station. So, and then it tended to go, okay, we'll listen to country 2 days in a row, or we'll listen to rock only on Fridays. But it was kind of like, you know, she found a little bit of mine that she liked. I found a little bit of hers that I liked. And it was it was that 90s. And it's the same stuff you're mashing up, and it works. And it's the good country, the Hank Williams. You know, you can go far back with Hank. You know, that guy's just fantastic no matter what. But that 90s country is good, and I think a lot of people like it. They dig it. They just might not admit it. But what you're doing with it, I mean, don't anybody sell themselves and go, it's country. It's not. It's metal with a twang, kind of. You know, it's different. It's it's so hard to describe. It's just so different, and it's so good. And if you go to a show and go see Cody Parks, you will know what I'm talking about, and you will come buy me a drink next time you see me. And I mean, you guys, and they're great. These guys are great. After the show, you guys hung out at the merch stand for what, 3 days?
Pretty much. Days?
I mean, they were right there at the merch stand meeting people all weekend. They did not leave. I think you went to get a bite to eat one time. But I'm like, there, meeting people, wanting to talk, and, you know, shake hands and talk. I mean, you can't find better guys.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. But now, what do you got coming up? What I know you do a Filthy Friday.
Yep.
Once a month.
Yep. Yeah, we do that once a month. The last one we had was just a week ago tomorrow. And that's a cool show. I'll tell you about that show. Going back to the rock and roll residency thing, going to shows like Whiskey Jam, if you've ever heard of Whiskey Jam, which is a weekly show. It's a huge weekly show here in town. And started going to a popular rider around called Revival. And coincidentally, my girlfriend, when we met, and she has a clothing store called Dirty Living.
Nice.
That was her booth that will set up at Monsters. And
that's what I thought.
She has a boutique in East Nashville called Dirty Living. And it's just coincidence that we both have dirty brands. I have Dirty South, and she has Dirty Living. And
to be together.
Yep. And I I said, well, how about we start our own show to where we could have rock bands, we could have, country writers, songwriters, country artists playing. It'd be like, residency, whiskey jam, and we do it on Thursdays, and we call it Dirty Thursday.
Nice.
And she would set up a pop-up shop at the show, and that's what we did from late 2016 until COVID shut everything down.
Right.
And when we came back, we moved it to Friday, and we call it Filthy Friday now. And we do that once a month. And it's pretty much, we're the headliner every night. We'll have a couple songwriter rounds of our buddies playing, and there might be another band that plays, another, country artist do a set, or, we'll have a rock band in or play something like that. And we do that once a month at Live Oak on Demumbrian.
Nice.
And and for really the rest of the year, we're pretty much done with road dates, except we're going to St. Louis area, St. Peters, Missouri. We're on a bill with Slaughter October 9th. So
I saw that. Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. With Slaughter. That's going to be a good show. Except when Mark sings, don't tell him I said this, but when Mark sings, you got to have earplugs in. That boy, all he does is scream. It gives me a fucking headache anymore. I mean, wow. But the band's great.
yeah,
It's like he tries to sing over the band, and they're loud as frick anyway. And it's like, God, man, stop screaming. But still, the band's great. I love him. But his vocals, wow. Whew. But enough about him. So you said you're done, so you're going to pick things up after the new year.
Yeah, we're trying to work on a few things right now. Definitely want to get down there to your neck of the woods. And, get there, and I'd like to go to. I've always wanted to play at that Suck Bang Blow place,
Myrtle Beach. You betcha.
Too. So if we could make a weekend out of those two, that'd be sweet or something.
Where me and I know Jeff. I talked to him, and we were gonna swing it. I was like, let's do December, because I had a show coming up, and he's like, I can't, because his venue's outside. He's like, it's like a pool.
Yeah.
It's kind of really cool what he's got going on at his house. And it's right at his house. It's not a venue. So he just invites the whole Atlanta area, I guess. But he's like, dude, it'd be cold out. Atlanta, it's hit or miss. It could be cold.
That's where I'm from. And I got a spot that's, I'm from a town called Monroe, Georgia, which is about an hour east of Atlanta. And I got Atlanta spots, that we could hit up. And there's a place that's about 10, 15 minutes away from my hometown that I've never really. I want a hometown show. This is a good spot with like a good stage and production and everything. So I've always, in the back of my mind, it's like, if I get the Myrtle Beach show, then I can add this other one,
right? And then add the Charleston show.
Yeah.
And kind of do like a little run, maybe a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, it's still in the works. I'm talking to a couple people, we really want to do this. And it's just timing. We got to make sure the timing's right.
Mm-hmm.
But, you are still on our list. We have not forgotten. Believe me, we want to be first in the air. There's another band called Dirty South in the South Carolina area, but it's like, no, not. I tell people, not them. It's a different one. Check these guys out. And then they check you out, and they're like, oh, they're cool. I mean, they dig what they hear. It's not Dirty South is kind of more leaning towards the country, and they'll have like I said before, they'll have a guitar playing and just call it metal, but they have their own brand that really is. The first time I heard them, I was like, dude, you guys, I need to hear more of you guys. But it wasn't like you guys, where I was like blown the fuck away going, oh my God, this is different. I like different. I always love different, bringing different into the area or different areas. Suck Bang Blow is a great place. They also have the Brick House.
Boathouse.
Boathouse. They got a couple. They got a few places in Myrtle Beach that I know. Pussycats played. I think Pretty Boy Floyd's playing in a week or two or something like that. And they're doing Amy. Get you set up with Amy Leonard and have you do a little thing at her. She's got a shop called Retroactive, and she likes to bring when a band comes into town. She likes to have them do a meet and greet or something like that at the store if they want to. She's had Pussycat, Pretty Boy Floyd. I think Midnight Devils are coming too with Pretty Boy. So, she likes to do things and make a day of it, so that people, interact with the band, then go see the band and boom. And that just, the more you interact, people remember that. I mean, I know if I talk to somebody and they blow me off, we're pretty much done. But if, hang with these, that's what's nice about the Monsters of Rock cruise that you need to get on. I mean, we need to get you on that one.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we definitely want to play. If anybody out there saw us on Monsters on the Mountain that's watching this right now, go to the Monsters of Rock cruise pages and say you want to see Cody Parks in the Dirty South on the boat.
We'll start blowing it up, baby.
Yep.
You're damn right. Hey, it happens. Larry's got an ear for new music, and every now and then that's why I go see. He added you guys. It's like, okay, I've got to go check him out because he's not going to add somebody that sucks. He never does. So and usually something like this could lead to the boat. I don't know. I don't have any hand in that. All I know is I like to get in people's ear or post on the page. And that's about all we can do. But so anything else you got coming up that you want to get out there that you want to say? Anything?
Not really. We just we got a couple records coming up, but I don't really have dates on those yet.
Right.
Gotta tie up a couple loose ends on both of them and then get it mastered. I'm hoping maybe like early to mid-November for one and maybe starting the year with the other.
Nice.
I just don't know. One of them's going to be the Thunder Cash 69 and another one is the song that nobody's ever heard. We don't play it live yet. It's kind of like the epitome of like country metal. It's got steel guitar through the whole song, but the track sounds like it's like a fucking like Warrant song, but with steel guitar in it. So,
dude, I mean, it's so cool. I can't wait. I can't wait because the one song I'm gonna play at the end. I keep going back and forth on which one I'm going to play. There's Girls of Gasoline that just kicks my ass. And then there's, oh my God, I'm blanking. The Other Side, where it starts out, it's got that freaking goddamn Sunset Strip era guitar that you swear it was like DeMartini or, and I love it. That's the first song I listened to by Cody Parks and Dirty South. And that would hook me. I was like, okay, I might have to give these guys a shot. So I usually lead people toward that song if they're the rocker type. Hey, go check this out. Girls of Gasoline's got great guitar riffs and twang to it. It's just, it's not, you're going to dig it. If you don't dig it, you're dead. I don't understand. You got I like to bang the drum for people, and it's like if you're gonna dig it, whether you like it or not, because I'm just gonna keep hounding you about it, and that's the way to do it. You got to hound people so that they don't forget. Have you checked out Cody Parks? Have you checked out Cody Parks? Have you checked out? Keep in their face, keep posting on Monsters of Rock, Monsters on the Mountain, any fucking page that'll let me post. You just post constantly. It sucks that. Facebook is our thing and the algorithms and all that crap, and I've noticed that it's not helping as much as it used to. It seems like where you used to post not a year ago, get 50 likes, people check it out. Nowadays, it's like not as many. And it's not because people are still there, but it's not reaching them. So
yeah, I feel like Facebook's like definitely different. If it wasn't for my career, like I wouldn't have, I just wouldn't care about social media. I'm one of those. But it's just the way of the world today. It's like you got to post every day, and especially with TikTok, doing the TikTok thing, and that's like, I mean, it's worked wonders for me over the past half a year. It's like this thousands of people that are now aware of our brand that were not a year ago.
Right.
And it's just like, you really just gotta have good content and just like hammer it every day, hammer it. And people get upset on there. They're like, you keep posting about this same thing. I'm like, well, you might have seen it 100 times, but there's some dude that's watching this right now that ain't never seen it before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I just got to keep like pounding it. And,
you gotta work it to your advantage. You got to use the tools that are given to you. Hey, there was times in the past where we used newspapers and did an ad every week.
Yeah.
Or every day.
Putting up, a gazillion neon flyers back in the day.
Exactly. I mean, you go to the parking lot at Walmart, just put flyers up, which I'm about to do this weekend. And you just flyer the parking lot. I mean, so people, if you flyer 100 cars and 2 come to your show, we're good. We're golden.
Yeah.
And then you go plaster all these cars. So you might get 50 more people that weren't going to hear about it at all, but it took you to plaster 300 cars. So what? I mean, I'll do it. People, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
And sometimes the old way is the right way, where, we don't do it no more. We tend to just use social media, and that's got its limitations anymore, Facebook-wise. TikTok, I don't think you want to see me on TikTok. I mean, no, I'm not. I don't know. I might have. I did download it, and I told my daughter's like, oh, boy, I get to show Dad how to do TikTok. So I was like, I'm not there yet. No.
I think you would be great on there if you did like B-Rock's, top 5 metal bands of the week or something like that. And there's like a ton of that stuff on there, and people like eat it up, man. Like if you go on there, you do like B-Rock's, top 5 lead guitar players of the 80s, or something like. It's gonna people, that's like a good thing. Or like, the top 5 bands I saw at Monsters on the Mountain,
Boom, Cody Parks.
Something like that.
Now, who are your bringing that up? Now, who were your top 5 for that weekend? Who did you just absolutely major weekend? Oh my God.
Yeah, I would say number 1 is definitely Stephen Pearcy. I'm a huge Rat fan, and I didn't really grow up a Rat fan just because I feel like growing up, a lot of kids, they always a lot of times they listen to what their parents are listening to.
Right.
And my dad was, I was heavily exposed to Kiss and Priest and Motley Crue.
It's a good dad you got there.
Yeah. And Rat wasn't really around, though. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't really get into Rat until I moved up here. And my girlfriend's a huge Rat fan. And now I feel like it's them. And I mean, I love Motley, but I mean, I'm just enamored with Rat,
That's better. And, Rat was my first show.
Yeah, and I love the songs. Warren DeMartini's one of the greatest ever.
Absolutely.
And I really wish they could figure it out. And I know we don't have Robin anymore, but if they could get the remaining 4 with like Carlos Cavazo or something again, I mean that'd be incredible. That's something I want to see. But going back to the question. It was really cool getting to see Stephen Pearcy sing those songs, and I thought he was just. I mean, I thought they had some great performance. He sounded good.
Yep.
The band sounded awesome. But other than him, it's cool getting to see Coinsright. I've seen them a few times. Let's see who else. Striper is great.
Striper blew me away, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the first time I ever seen him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, they're so good. So good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say like those three are like the three that really stand out to me.
There's so many bands. It's hard to, figure out your top five. It's just so hard to do it.
I'm not too familiar with their catalog, but that was my first big exposure to Dangerous Toys, and I thought they were like really like kick ass. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm friends with Paul. I love him. Mike Watson, friends with him, see him all the time. And that's one of my dating back to
Firehouse.
Dating.
How did I forget this? Firehouse.
Dude, he put on a show too.
Man, I mean, he's one of the greatest vocalists of that era, and it's like he just hasn't dropped off at all.
Not at all.
And
he's still got that voice.
Yeah, Stephen Piercy and Firehouse are like the top two. I don't know how I forgot about them. I love Firehouse, and I mean, just getting to finally see them live and hear those songs. And I stood side stage for a little bit of their set, and it was just. And to me, one of my all-time favorite guitar tones, especially a rhythm guitar tone, is Bill Leverty. And those first two albums is like, I mean, I was just saying this last night when All She Wrote came on. And it's like, to me, it's like one of the best rhythm guitar tones in metal that there's really been. Good. It is just so good.
I remember when they came out.
Killer guitar player.
He really is. He really is. And he's really cool. I mean, if you're friends with him on Facebook, he will actually send you a personal message most of the time on your birthday. He'll hey, Mike, or hey, Cody, hey, how's it going? And he'll send a song with it. I mean, he's really such a great guy. Such a great guy. One band that stood out to me that I never really gave a chance, they'd be on a bill, I'd leave before they got on, was Night Ranger. And I was just like, I was floored by them. Just so good. And man, and it's like the boat. You get on the boat, you see so many bands, and it's like, okay, what was your top five? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to, you got to make me narrow it down to five. And it's like, you forget one. You're like, oh my God, you go and post it like 15 times going, okay, now I got to take that one out. And then you end up my top 50. It's so hard to do anymore.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I caught bits and pieces because that's like when we were loading out that night to leave. And most of their set I watched from behind the stage, but
nice.
They're great.
They still got it, man. I mean, it was like, why did I ever not, and I say, I've always given them 3 songs and then just jetted. I don't know why, but that night it was just magic. I mean, it was like the whole weekend was magic, and it was not a bad performance all weekend. And I'm glad you guys were a part of it. I'm glad you guys got the buzz you guys got. I kept hearing your name all weekend. Cody Parks. And it's like, okay, cool. These guys are got a buzz going, which is what you want, But it was nice. I was glad. I enjoyed meeting you guys, you and the rest of the guys. You dude, the bass player with the really long beard, man. That dude is like fucking crazy.
Clay.
Yeah.
Possum King.
He's fucking crazy. I mean, his one-liners. You just say something. I mean, our rider, I'll never forget. Our rider was all Jack Daniels. That's all we wanted, and we got it. I was like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I hope to see you guys on the boat. Believe me, I will bang the drum, and I'm sure others will bang the drum as well. Let's see if anybody else commented. I always forget the comments. But I'm going to leave with a song. Let's see. Somebody says that. There's a radio station where we could. Oh, All right. Hey, Jim Hamby from Jam Session Radio. Let's say somebody has a radio station. Where can we buy MP3s? Spotify don't cut it.
Other than iTunes.
Are you on iTunes?
Yeah.
Okay, Jim. He's on iTunes. So go. Hey, I'll get with you in a little bit, Jim. Let me. I'll share my place with you. I got a new place, and because I've got a radio station too, so we constantly trying to find where the music is, and you pay for it, of course. But there's
I ordered some hard copies today.
Really?
Yeah. So we should have some of those coming in. I've never really had demand for them. But when we go to Monsters, I guess just with that demographic, everybody wanted CDs.
Everybody wants
CDs. We
Right.
don't have them,
I might have asked. I was probably like, or I might not ask. I'll look, and if I don't see it, it's like, oh, okay, they don't have them.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, and it is the times we're in. I mean, it's not a lot of people want that CD or that album. Me and, like you said, the demographic, where the Monsters of Rock cruisers, the Monsters of the Mountain people, we want that hard copy just to have. We may not play it all the time, but we have it. That's our way of supporting the band. That's our mindset is buy a t-shirt, buy the music, do something, support the band. And we love having the CD. I mean, I love having it in my hands. Plus, then I can rip it, put it on the station, and then it makes it easier for me to put it on my radio station, or Jim put it on his radio station, and get it out there even further. Because you got to get it out there.
Yeah, I'm hoping like that same crowd's at the Slaughter show, and that's why I ordered them to have some there.
Yep.
Just kind of aiming for that, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, you'll see. I'll throw it out there. I have a website. It's called therockaltar.com, therockaltar.com, and you guys are in my band directory. There's a whole band directory that I'm adding. Just started it probably a month ago, but you guys are already in there. So all people have to do is scroll down. They see, oh, Cody Parks in Dirty South. Hit your picture, takes you right to your website or your Facebook page. So, we got to find ways to get it out there where Facebook is falling short anymore. I mean, I'm not seeing everything I should see. I'm having to go dig for it. And if I have to dig for it, I'll throw it on a website so that other people don't have to dig for it. Easy peasy. And then when's your Slaughter show? October 9th?
Yep, it's a Sunday.
Cool. I'll put it on there. I'll grab I saw
Diamond Music Hall in St. Peters, Missouri.
Okay, cool. I'll grab either send me the flyer or I'll grab it off your site and I'll put something on my website about it.
Sweet.
And then throw it in B-Rock also. Get it out there. Throw it in Monsters on the Mountain, Monsters Rock Cruise. Throw it out there so everybody knows and they come see you. He'll have CDs.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
And shirts and hats. I'll have these
shirts.
And have those shirts and
all
these things are on the website too. So if you want if you want country metal merch, go on and get you some.
You didn't have a large one there, so I bought the extra large. It actually fits all right. So I'm like, cool.
Right on. I just got a new batch in a week ago. So we're fully stocked up and ready to rock. We sold out at Monsters. Like I wasn't expecting that, and I'm happy, with the response. It's like, now I know, it's like you guys just go ahead and have a shit ton of shirts,
Right. Because you're dealing with people that want t-shirts and CDs, and we save up. And I went there. Oh my God. I had hundreds. And then you just, at the end of the day, you still have, or at the end of the festival, you still have a couple $100 in your wallet and you're going, okay, I don't have that t-shirt, that t-shirt, that t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And, just buy them and take them. It supports the bands. I mean, that's all it's about. I mean, you can't make money on CDs anymore or this and that and the other thing. It's hard. So you gotta,
I forget what the number is, but it's like buying one t-shirt is like equivalent to like thousands and thousands of streams.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's crazy. You know, thousands. You can't, everybody, yeah. Don't get me started on how they rip you guys off. Oh, my God. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. Thanks you for coming on.
Absolutely.
We'll keep in touch because, like I said, I got things in the works with other people that, we're trying to time everything. I'll get post about your show. I'll put all the links up to find your website, find your store, find your Facebook pages, everything like that tomorrow in the B-Rock group. And I'll bang the drum, and I'll get everybody else to bang the drum for you for the Monsters of Rock cruise. Easy.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Like I said, go check these guys out. And I will leave you with a song. Which do you prefer? I can't even say I prefer. I had to put them both in queue. The Other Side or Girls and Gasoline? What do you think I should leave with? Girls and Gasoline is kind of cool motto. But I mean, the Other Side's cool.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I like play Girls and Gasoline.
Girls and Gasoline it is. All right. Well, thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you so much.
We'll stay in touch.
Yep. Absolutely.
And be safe out there on the road, brother.
All right. You too. I'll see you later.
Later, man.
Bye.
All right. Go to his website. I will post all the links tomorrow. Website, Facebook pages. Go buy his merch, like he said. He's stocked up on the T-shirts now. I mean, it was slim pickings when I first got there, and I got there quick. So everybody these guys created a buzz that was undeniable at Monsters on the Mountain, and they still got that buzz going. I'm still digging them. So check this song out and hit me up. Tell me what you think. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I dig it. I know damn well you're going to say you dig it. If you don't, you're lying to me. We'll do Girls and Gasoline. Fantastic song. This will give you a little hint of what they're about. But they're a live band, man. I mean, really. You got bands that are, better on CD than they are live, or better live than they are on CD. Cody Parks kind of hits on all cylinders, but I got to lean toward the live performance because of the energy that they have and everything like that. But go see them. If they're playing around you, go see them. All right, we'll do Girls and Gasoline. Next week, no Thursday show. We have a Saturday morning show. We are going to kick off October. October is a theme month. Up and coming women who rock. So far slated, Shez Kane, Cassidy Paris, Deirdre, and I'm hoping for Dorothy. And I reached out to Burning Witches, but they haven't said anything back yet. If not Burning Witches, I got a couple other. But Shez Kane, Saturday, October 1st, starts it all out. Be here for that. That'll be a Saturday morning show. The rest are, I think Cassidy Paris is a Friday. But whatever. I'll post it all. But, all right. Cody Parks in the Dirty South. Girls and Gasoline. Thank you, Cody, for being with me. Thank you all for joining me. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Keep rocking. The Rock Altar on CGCM Rock Radio. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. See you out there. Yeah.
Since I was 16, I've been spending all my hard-earned money up on just two things. Everywhere I went, burning down both ends of the Sioux Line. Foot to the floor, blowing off the doors like a hurricane. Daytona fast, straight hauling ass. Got me feeling higher than the pine trees. Throwing me back on the bench seat. Looking for trouble and they found still got me hooked. I couldn't give them up for anything. They're dangerous, but that's what I love. I won't change a thing. Hard to keep between the lines, makes me wanna drive right off the highway. Talladega fast, straight hauling ass, flying higher than Ozzy and 83. Molly crew rocking on repeat. Looking for trouble and they found me. Yeah, they found me. Yeah, they found me. Girls and gasoline. See